Hey guys, James here again. This is going to be What If Naruto Met the Truth. Now, in this one, the way Naruto would meet the truth would be different. Now, the way he does it is that when Minato would use the Reaper Death Seal, he punches a Reaper who didn't need any Kurama inside Naruto, would appear behind, everyone instead of just Minato. Would plunge a hole through Minato, Kushina, Kurama. First, you appear behind Kurama, punching a hole through Kurama, then Kushina, then Minato. And finally, he would patrol through Naruto, but he would be dragging out all of the three people's chakra, pushing into Naruto to seal Kurama effectively. But the thing is, no one knew that if the Reaper were to touch a human, they would see something. The truth of the world. The Reaper being the only true god of the Naruto-verse, aside from maybe Shibai, a human should not interact with them. But this jutsu caused an interaction at the cost of Minato's life. Now, Naruto, for a split second, wouldn't know what's happening. But, the thing is, the truth, when he realized this was infinite, he didn't know what to do, so instead he had a new idea. When the child first awakens to chakra, he will take something from him. So with this, years would actually pass until Naruto's about 5-ish years old, and he failed the Academy Jutsu. When Naruto had tried to do the clone transformation jutsu, he failed at both, and in embarrassment ran out of the class, all the way into the forest for a little bit to cool off. The moment he stopped, he's dragged straight into the truth's realm. All he looked around very confused, until the truth was sitting in front of a doorway. And he looked as Truth did per usual. Truth mentioned that Naruto's parents had broken a law of the universe. Don't touch God. And they did exactly that. Or, they didn't do it themselves, but they made Naruto break that rule. It was unintentional, but still, a law of the universe had been broken, now it needs punishment. Naruto's soon using a die, until the truth would walk over to him, poke his seal, and immediately just tell Naruto a little bit of advice saying, now, with the punishment we give, it's so severe that there's a little bit of a gift involved. So, I'll give you the greatest gift a shinobi could ask for. Unique chakra. You can use Naruto until he suddenly felt Truth's hand plunge through his chest and rip out Minato and Kushina's soul from Naruto, banishing them to an eternity in hell. Naruto's cost is kind of reverse Edward Elric, where Edward Elric wanted to revive his parents. Naruto's parents are forced to an eternity in hell with no chance of coming back out. But like how Edward Elric was able to perform alchemy without any transmutation circles, just clasping together, anything he could control or transfer to metal. Naruto would basically have the ability to use all chakra natures at a level to the point where they're in their purest forms. His wind is about greenish, is a greenish tune. Not tune, but tone. His wind chakra is a little greenish. His water is nearly sky blue. His earth release is as dark as mud can get. And then his lightning jutsu is pure, it's as raw as lightning can get. It scorches the environment around it. It travels so fast and no one can react to it unless they can move beyond lightning speeds. He bases his chakras as pure as the actual element. But his fire is where it changes. His fire is bright blue. So when Naruto exits the truth environment, he feels a giant vacancy within him. In his mind, he would actually hear Kurama talk to him. He says, "Boy, what was that feeling? Something broke. I can't explain. Something broke." Kurama's like having a panic attack. What just happened? It's something he never felt before. So this Kurama tries to talk to Naruto, and they quickly learn about, Kurama's kind of forced the knowledge of truth into his brain. And Kurama realizes the gate's gone, but he's permanently welded to Naruto's soul. He cannot leave Naruto until Naruto himself dies. And this is where I'm taking a note from Boruto of, kind of like how Himawari, certainly, Kurama's kind of sealed tied to Himawari, yet not. The translation was a little rough when I read, but there's really no gate separating her from Kurama. Naruto opened his gate late in life, so Kurama's kind of just sealed in there still. Naruto's gate in this one was open until early to the point where him and Kurama kind of fused together at this point. So his body is perfect for Kurama since he also has Minato and Kushina's chakra, Kushina being previous in Cherokee. So his body is perfect for containing Kurama. Him and Kurama are kind of just one being now. So that's a very unique experience for them both. But yeah. Now with this, we move forward once more. Naruto would move forward with his more evolved chakra, being actually able to use Mochutsu to the point where his chakra was, he started to realize his chakra control was mastered to the extreme. There's really anything he couldn't do. He can use all natures. He can walk on walls, walk on water, perform clone transformation jutsu flawlessly. He graduates the academy second time next year when he's about 6 years old, making him one of the younger academy graduates. And with his free time, well, Hiruzen knew that Naruto was not the smartest kid. So, since Naruto was now free, he refused to give Naruto actually any genin missions. Instead, would actually bring Naruto into his Hokage office, have Naruto in the corner, and write down, just like, have Naruto do homework, basically, in his office. Only letting Naruto do genin missions when he's about 8 years old. And with this, he actually does pull, he pulls Yamato and Kakashi to the Yambu, and she would ask one of them, like, would you like to tutor this boy? Kakashi not being fully there yet, like, mentally and all that, plus, yes, she's still actually a teacher right now, but I wouldn't say he's still not all the way there yet, so kind of get the thing of teaching. Yamato's the one who elects to actually be the teacher. So, yeah. So, Naruto's about 13-ish years old, so 5 years. Yamato is the teacher of Naruto. And in Naruto's pure control over all elements and chakra in general, he actually can use basically every Kekkei. He can use every chakra combination jutsu, which would include wood release. He awakens it on a pretty high scale. But at this point, you can also use most of Konoha's chakra because they're kind of just one creature. He can use all of Konoha's power to the point where he's kind of like Kinkaku and Ginkaku. He's like the Gold and Silver brothers. But also, he kind of has a pseudo-baryon mode. Now, he does have an actual baryon mode, he just not use it because it actually would deplete his actual chakra reserves. He knows this. They would actually return, but it would take years for them to return. So, yeah. So, with this by the time Naruto's 13, he actually put on Team 7 with Kakashi, Sakura, and Sasuke. Yamato's returned to the Anbu. And he's met Kakashi once or twice, but not really on, like, a friendly thing, like Yamato saying, oh yeah, this is my friend Kakashi, he's going to be training with us today, and that's it. Yeah. But for this team, Sasuke Sakura asked Naruto how come he's not a Chunin yet, and he mentioned, because I wasn't really the smartest kid, but I was really skilled with jutsu. They just had me actually get a tutor for a few years. And this year, I'm only joining the team so I can properly take the Chunin exams. So I kind of realized they're kind of just a stepping stone for Naruto, not an actual team, which did actually annoy Sasuke greatly. But he actually did admit that Naruto was a great and skilled shinobi. In fact, he thinks Naruto's more skilled than Itachi because he graduated the academy earlier. So, yeah. But Kakashi, when it comes to likes and dislikes, Naruto gives his usual answers, but he also does add he likes training to his list, and his dislikes is arrogance. Because in his opinion, arrogance is the downfall of shinobi unless they've earned that arrogance. As he mentioned, someone like Kakashi, he's earned arrogance. He's a shinobi who's been through great strife, but he's also a war hero, such as the mission with the Kanabi Bridge, as Naruto didn't brush up on history while he was tutoring under Hiruzen and Yamato. So with this issue, mentioned, hey, Kakashi, he's earned the right to brag. Lord Hiruzen, the right to arrogance. They've earned everything that they have. But Sasuke is a great example of unearned arrogance, which annoyed Kakashi, or annoyed Sasuke greatly. It's like, oh, I'm a family guy that's earned arrogance. Or just, no, it's earned grief, that's it. Which just made Sasuke even more mad. But, yeah. Now, when Kakashi would leave, he would ask the team what they know about, chakra control. And Sasuke says he can do, a fireball jutsu, and that's about it. With one hand, Naruto shows off his fireball jutsu, and it basically engulfed nearly the entire sky of Konoha. And his fireball was also blue, which Hiruzen knew that was Naruto showing off, but it did actually scare a lot of people, including Sasuke and Sakura, as they felt like heat emitting off the fireball close up. And he mentioned to Sasuke that his fireball is better than Sasuke's. He'll teach him and Sakura how to become ultimate shinobi. So for the entire day, he basically was training Sakura and Sasuke with chakra control, and due to him actually knowing the struggle of controlling chakra a little bit, he's able to get Sasuke to ease up on it. As Naruto basically gained cosmic knowledge of chakra via the truth, which is why chakra is so pure. So, yeah. So, the all-around, thing that proved the truth of Naruto is cosmic knowledge of chakra. And with his body, with his mind having automatic knowledge of cosmic chakra, it immediately flowed it into basically mastering every bit of it and in the form of it. So with this, how do I phrase it? I'm trying to phrase it in a good way. Naruto, there's not anything he cannot do with chakra. It would just take him a long time to accomplish it. Like he doesn't automatically have sage mode, but he has a higher affinity for it. Like, say for example, when he tries to learn it in canon, when it took him 2 weeks, he could probably do it in a day because he has so much knowledge of chakra. But I'm talking about adult Naruto or adult Latina Naruto, not 13-year-old Naruto, who can basically only use the 5 natures, not anything advanced. Or for example, Shinju. He needs to be exposed, or Shinjutsu. He needs to be exposed to that kind of jutsu before he actually learns it. Or like Keigenkai in the eyes. That'd be difficult, but he does technically have the capability to learn it. He would just need to be like directly exposed to the eye, or the like if you were to have like a Sharingan put in his face, he'd awaken a Sharingan in both eyes on an extreme level. I don't think he'd awaken I don't think he'd awaken a Rinnegan immediately, but he'd awaken at least a dual MS. Just because his body has cosmic awareness of all chakra. So yeah. But we move on and go forward to about move on to the next day where it comes to the bell test. Sasuke and Sakura got a good rest, plus they actually learned a bit of chakra control, and due to Sasuke and Sakura learning a little bit quicker, they're both able to actually pick up, like, Sakura didn't pick up any, like, jutsu, but she picked up how to enhance her body with chakra for speed, as he just kind of told Sakura, you know, you can learn jutsu, but you can run fast, use it to your advantage. With Sasuke, he taught Sasuke how to use more than one powerful jutsu, like Phoenix Flower Jutsu, or just Great Firewall Jutsu, or just Sharingan Jutsu with Great Firewall Jutsu in tow. So he learned a few different fire style jutsu that are all within the B rank range. Plus, they both learn Sharingan Jutsu. So yeah. But we move on to the bell test, and when Kakashi says start, no one actually jumps in the floor since they're pretty confident in their abilities. Naruto leans back, telling Kakashi he'll fight with his hands in his pockets, as him using Jutsu is just unfair to everyone. Which makes Kakashi smirk, as he did put his book away, but didn't pull his headband up. With this as being fighting the team, Naruto would use chakra to enhance his speed and kick around Kakashi. Kakashi being able to block a lot of the kicks, but is actually sliding that back pretty far with the kicks connecting, like a few meters. So with this, Kakashi would then see Sasuke use Fireball Jutsu, but then a Shadow Clone would jump out from behind him using Phoenix Flower Jutsu, shooting through the fireballs, making the size of the Phoenix Flowers much larger. One of them did graze Kakashi's face, creating a bit of a burn mark, and does enough damage to expose him as a transformation jutsu. Which immediately, when Naruto realized that, he thought that was pretty clever. So he would reach into that pile of ash that was made from the burned tree trunk, and pick up a kunai and throw it at the tree where Kakashi was behind it as he could sense him. But immediately Sakura had an idea. As soon as the shuriken was thrown, she ran with it at full speed, straight ahead. Kakashi would dodge as the kunai was infused with chakra and went through the tree. The moment he dodged out the way, suddenly he is grabbed by Sakura, and then he's thrown. Then he realized that a bell was taken. Sakura caught himself off guard because he didn't expect such speed from a genin. But he realized that Naruto kind of taught them the secret of chakra, how to control it and flow it. And Sakura is using the flow to enhance her speed and a bit of her durability and strength. So he realized that he's missing a bell, and she said, like, oh, Sakura, there's a point right there. But as soon as he stuck to a tree, he would see Giant Fireball coming at him. But then he saw Naruto jump out of the fireball, grabbing Kakashi by the collar, and throwing him into the ground. Sasuke would then go for a bell, only for Kakashi to kick up, planting both feet in Sasuke's chest, sending him flying out of the forest station, holding his chest and wheezing. But not long after Sasuke was sent flying, so was Kakashi, and the other bell missing, leaving Sasuke as the only one who didn't get a bell. Naruto and Sakura both did. As Naruto is able to actually enhance his strength to such great degrees that Kakashi cannot keep up. Plus, he can also just enhance his body with Kurama's power. So, yeah. But Sasuke is tied up, but Naruto would then feed him. Then Kakashi already pointed out, like, he just passed the first portion, which is his teamwork. I just wanted to see if the teamwork would extend into here. Which Naruto would crack a joke saying, it didn't, I'm just not hungry. Which made Kakashi laugh a little bit. So, yeah. So Kakashi, or Sasuke, eats some of Naruto's food, Sakura entices him. Then Sasuke eats his own lunch while Naruto finishes off what's left of his after Sasuke ate some of it. So, yeah. Now we keep moving. Sorry about that. But the bell test complete, we go on to about a month and a half later. Naruto is still training with Team 7, helping them learn understand chakra better, but even Kakashi is taking a few from Naruto. Like I said before, he has cosmic knowledge of chakra. He knows about all chakra in the universe, just not how to use all of it. But when it comes to basic, just, like, soul-based chakra, he can use that to an extreme scale really well. So, yeah. So even to the point where even Kakashi, at this point, is taking notes from it, and can use basically every jutsu he has on a high scale, but also, he's awakening a Mangekyo Sharingan, he just doesn't want to use it because he knows the cost it'll have on him. Sasuke had learned he learned fire and lightning style jutsu, Sakura had learned fire style jutsu, and really high level genjutsu via Kakashi. As Naruto, he doesn't know genjutsu, he just doesn't really use it too often, and doesn't really know how to teach it. Well, he does, he just doesn't explain it well. Kind of how Shoko can't explain reverse curse technique in Jujutsu Kaisen. Well, she can, she explains it in a really bad way, which only she understands. Naruto does the same thing with genjutsu. So, yeah. But when it comes to Bridge mission, Tazuna is actually encouraged by saying, this team is actually like one of our village's best prospects. Tazuna's like, what does that mean? They're all kids. And he says, actually, Naruto's one of the most educated shinobi ever on the use of chakra. Kakashi Hatsuki, he's a hero of the Third Ninja War. Sasuke Uchiha is the crown prince of the Naruto Uchiha clan, but he can use two nature releases, which is even hard for some Jonin. Sakura Haruno is a village's prodigy, can use high-skill genjutsu that not even most Jonin can use. So this team is one of our village's greatest prospects. We actually make Tazuna feel really safe, and he did not roast them at all. So yeah. Next day, when it comes to like walking down and they see the puddle, the first time they see it, which saves them like 3 hours, Naruto just sees through genjutsu pretty easily, because like I said before, if you use a Kurama, he sees through genjutsu almost immediately. He's immune to all forms of genjutsu except for like infinite Tsukuyomi. It's like the only kind of genjutsu that would work on him. The best way to put it is only Rinnegan-induced genjutsu work on him. That's the best way to put it. Even then, it's very thin margin for working on him. Sasuke has working a Sharingan, so seeing through genjutsu is not too hard. Sakura is a genjutsu type ninja, and actually be encouraged to work on genjutsu, so she can see through it as well. Kakashi saw through it immediately. He was just killing time. So once he saw the puddle, he immediately looked at his team and said, "That sucks really bad, right?" Sasuke said, "Yeah, majorly." Sakura just said, "Yeah, not clever. It hasn't rained in days. Our nation doesn't really rain too often." And Naruto yelled in the puddle saying, "You guys chose the worst nation for rain-based genjutsu. Like, a bush would have worked better." Demon just jumped out, and Naruto telling him to shut up, only for Sakura to just jump and split kick them both in the chest, knocking them both out immediately. Both brothers were sent flying to a tree, and they're both just really unconscious. So, yeah. So with this, pause. Started watching Endgame in the background, and the Avengers Assemble scene came on. Had to watch that real quick. Sakura just split both the demon brothers in the chest, sending them flying to trees. Kakashi would walk over to one, waking him up, and then putting them under a genjutsu to know all the knowledge that they got from Gato. So once they got what they needed, they would keep on moving to actually go past Zabuza before Zabuza was even like in place. When they got to the bridge is when they actually find Zabuza for the first time, because he realized he missed them, so he had to run as fast as he could with Haku. First person to find them was Haku, which led to them versus Haku. But when Haku began using ice, Naruto actually taking note of what kind of chakra is flowing through the ice-based jutsu, such as like the Senbone. He could see they're made of ice at some point, or some at least a few of them were if Haku were to run short. So Naruto immediately pointed to Kakashi and the team that, hey, these are made of ice, and so there's a chakra in the ice, we doesn't think fire-style jutsu will work on it. So he's mentioned a few natures won't work on the ice, being probably wind, fire, and water. At least theirs won't. His will, definitely. But he kind of told him, just get Tazuna inside the village, and come back out and help him if he needs it. This leads to Naruto vs. Haku, and as they fight, well, it's basically just turned into blue fire versus insanely strong ice. And it worked out in their favor greatly. So yeah. Haku has all his chakra burned, well, not all his chakra, all of his ice burned through until it gets to Zabuza arriving. And when he arrives, he would slash at Naruto, which Naruto can actually dodge pretty quickly. But when he tried to punch at Zabuza's blade, he realized it had chakra flowing through it, and that the blade can actually repair itself, which did shock Naruto. So with this, Naruto and it was just Naruto versus Zabuza and Haku, which was a pretty good fight. But at this point, Naruto, if anything, is maybe a little bit stronger than Kakashi. Like, not a lot, but a little bit. But the thing is, Zabuza is also close to Kakashi's level. So, we also have Haku, who maybe, if not stronger than Zabuza, if they're not holding back whatsoever. And right now, they cannot afford to hold back. It's basically Naruto versus two Kakashis, and he's only a little bit stronger than an actual Kakashi. So with this, he's basically being dogged on for a little bit. And he doesn't use Kurama's power too early because he doesn't really like using it because it strains him and Kurama sometimes. So as he's trying to hold them both off, the actual Kakashi would jump in, saving them. Or saving him. So yeah. And as Zabuza was going in to slash at Naruto, Naruto's able to block it, or not deflect it, like kind of just sending the Tsushin blade to the side. When Zabuza's arm was extended, suddenly a kunai is plunged right into his arm, via Kakashi. Zabuza's arm is immediately immobilized, and he drops the executioner's blade. In response, Naruto's able to grab it with one hand, and use a bullet to send Zabuza flying into a tree, actually a few trees, and knocking him out right then and there. As Naruto just immediately knew he could use brute strength to knock out Zabuza. Haku tried to fight them both head on, only to lose pretty horribly after Naruto learned to use Ice Release by kind of just quote-unquote copying it. So, it was more him understanding the flow of chakra and trying to figure out which natures made ice, which it only didn't take him that long to learn it, but he had to learn how to make it as durable as Haku's ice, which he did learn. So, yeah. Once he learned it, he's able to actually freeze Haku in place, and then knock him out. Kakashi didn't want to kill them, but Naruto does not really believe in killing, so just told Kakashi, you can fight them if you want, but I'll fight you. Or you want to kill them if you want, we can try, but I'll fight you instead, because I don't want them to die. Because Naruto has his own sense of justice. So yeah. So with this, eventually does lead to Zabuza and Haku being imprisoned in the Land of Waves. Then when it comes to the fight between Gato and all of his men a few days later, Zabuza was able to escape, but he overheard that that Gato really never intended to pay them. So enraged Zabuza would use his one good hand and actually cut off his messed up arm, not really caring for it anymore. Haku would freeze it, and Zabuza would use the one-handedly executioner's blade, meaning cutting through all of the men, calling them cowards for not wanting to pay them. And with Haku by his side, they're able to actually kill all of the men really effectively with not really any injury whatsoever. So, yeah. But now we move on. So, with this, Zabuza had cut off his arm, mainly just to show that he didn't really care if he was just handicapped. He was going to kill all those who wrong him. So, yeah. Now, when it comes to going back to Konoha, he goes with them, only to actually turn in the Executioner's Blade to Hiruzen, telling them, he can keep this if it means I can stay here and not be imprisoned. And I have a few secrets to share, too. And, well, all that, Zabuza isn't in prison, and he's allowed to stay free in Konoha. And he's also able to pay a decent fee for actually get a blade that resembles the Kubikiri Bocho, but it's not as effective, only as big. So yeah. But yeah, we keep going. We keep going into the Chunin exams. First, actually, we go into where Konohamaru would bump into Gaara or go into Kankuro, and then Kankuro gets defensive, all that. But when it comes down to that, well, Naruto kind of grabs Konohamaru from Kankuro and kicks him in the chest. As Naruto himself is actually about as big as Sasuke is, not actually malnourished and short. So when Kankuro sees Naruto's actually a somewhat, not intimidating size, but he's a size that's not funny. So, yeah. This leads to Naruto and Kankuro having a small scuffle, but Naruto pretty easily overwhelmed and beat the shit out of him without really any difficulty. So yeah. So Zabuza Kankuro beaten. He goes on to Temari and ready to fight him for Gaara, as he senses that Naruto had a lot of chakra in him. And Naruto mentioned he's a Jinchuriki just like Gaara, except he controlled his tailed beast, which actually made Gaara a bit upset. Well, made Shukaku upset, and then Shukaku spoke through Gaara. But Kurama would speak through Naruto, and Shukaku, nice way to put it, is a stubborn tanuki. There's a lot more curse words thrown in, but my house is quiet, and my walls are thin. So, yeah. So with this, it goes on to the argument between Gaara and Naruto, where they held beasts arguing through their Jinchurikis, which Kurama ultimately won the argument, and then proceeded to basically beat the absolute hell out of Gaara, just for fun. But then he would walk away, showing that, Gaara doesn't mean anything to him due to how strong he is. So, yeah. But we move on even further into, the written test. Should probably Lee attacking Sasuke, but probably attacking Naruto instead, because Naruto is a legendary ninja. The fact that, one, he beat Zabuza, or he helped beat Zabuza. 2, he's the Academy graduate of this generation. 3, he is just a really strong shinobi because of the fact that he was tutored under Hiruzen. This is only tutored under Hiruzen for knowledge, not like jutsu. So yeah. So Lee attacks Naruto instead, and when he goes in for a kick, Naruto immediately kind of raises his knee up to block the kick, and he only just moves back a little bit on that one leg, but immediately just rotate, kicking Lee in the side, sending him flying back. Lee is able to brace himself, and he keeps attacking Naruto. Naruto actually asks Lee, you can't use jutsu, but can you control your chakra? He admits he can, yeah, I can water walk and tree walk. Jutsu is just hard for me. He made Naruto smirk, saying, "I use chakra in your arms and legs and see what you can do." He made doing that, moving much faster, saying, I forgot that chakra has this application. I've been relying on my own strength so long that I forgot chakra can boost it. Which led to Naruto and Lee taking a much more fast and aggressive fight. Especially compared to another form of media that I enjoy is I compare it to Samuel So versus Jake Kim and Lookism, or Gun Park versus UI Daniel. By the end, it was only a physical fight because Naruto didn't want to use jutsu. But then he had beaten Lee, and his arm wasn't broken, but he kind of smirked, saying, "You do have this win because you learned something." Lee was covered in blood and laughing, as Naruto was doing the same thing. But pretty quickly, he healed himself, and they actually put a bit of chakra over Lee, his Kurama's chakra, and then actually healed Lee for a second. Well, it didn't heal him, but it stopped all of his wounds from advancing. Guy actually, I think Naruto telling him that he he wasn't sure if Lee could do it, and if he couldn't, he didn't want to make Lee feel bad that he couldn't use the one ace of his sleeve that he had. Naruto just said, "I understand that. I just had a bit more faith in him. Even if you couldn't do it, I wouldn't have felt bad about hurting his feelings. You would have." Which Guy said, "Yeah, basically." But Guy thanks Naruto, and then they go to the exam hall, and when it comes to taking the test, Naruto was tutored under Hiruzen for 2 years in only intelligence. Which can speak to how smart he actually is. So with this, when it comes to written test, he aces it. Only kid of his generation that might actually have a bit of knowledge on his level would either be Itachi or Sakura, which are very two different levels of intelligence. Itachi has better, I would say, battle intelligence, while Sakura has better flat-out intelligence, I would say, in my opinion. At least as a teenager, she does. Which is kind of probably me overhyping her, but I don't care. She's really smart, and that's not appreciated enough. Also Shikamaru, which, yeah. But with this, we move forward once more. We move forward probably after the written test, and it goes on to Naruto versus just Team 7 versus the teams in the Fourth to Death. We started off first with basically Naruto going to use the bathroom, and then there's that one team in the Hidden Rain. Naruto's using the bathroom. He isn't taken down easily whatsoever. Actually, pretty handily, he's able to beat the Hidden Rain team with no difficulty before they even could act. So yeah, one-handedly, while other hands on this junk, and he's using the bathroom. But he beat all of them, and they didn't have the scroll that he needed, so they kept moving. Then eventually attacked by Orochimaru. And Naruto, like I said before, is only about a little bit stronger than Kakashi, but he also grows really fast. So he's able to fight Orochimaru on pretty hand-to-hand level. Well, but in the end, he does lose. In fact, Orochimaru had to go mostly all out to beat Naruto. As Bloodlust didn't work on him, as Naruto had Bloodlust in spades, and he didn't go all out in time. So yeah, he went all out. He could have beaten Orochimaru definitely. He just didn't go all out in time. So yeah. Pause. Sorry about that. Naruto would go on to or the team would go on to recover a little bit as Naruto was beaten by Orochimaru. Not to lose to Orochimaru. In fact, he didn't go all out in time, but Orochimaru went all out just in time. So it was just a matter of timing, right on one end, wrong on the other. So yeah, looks like he's still bitten, but Orochimaru would just go away. But kind of remembering, that kid was really strong, and he didn't go all out. So actually, you guys kind of fear the idea of Naruto. So, But yeah, we keep moving, and we go on to when the Hidden Sound team goes after them. It was Zaku, Dosu, and Keen. Dosu being the Sound Gauntlet, Zaku being Hand Blasts, and Keen being useless. So yeah. When Naruto and Sasuke recovering, Naruto just wants to recover the fact that he had a few broken bones and he's healing slowly, not wanting to use any Konoha's power during the exam because he wants to win of his own accord this time. This kind of his excuse nowadays. Sakura's fight Dosu, Keen, and Zaku. This time she actually do it pretty handily. She's stronger than all of them combined. Mainly the fact that she can infuse her chakra and use genjutsu that can outnumber them. Well, outlast them. As when Zaku begins using the sound to get, Dosu begins using the sound to get in her ears, she's able to pretty quickly use a genjutsu that stalls him. As he actually kind of quit using the sound, he just didn't realize it. Kind of the idea that, like, he thought he was fighting, he wasn't. He was standing in place, which he's like, Zaku, Dosu, what are you doing? Suddenly, Keen is blitzed, as Sakura doesn't want to break the genjutsu, and she would kick Keen across the face so hard that everyone audibly heard her jaw shatter. Keen to the ground, and Sakura would punch Dosu in the chest, full force, not caving it in, but knocking the wind out of him just in time for her to throw him at Zaku, who tried to use the sound blast. But he used it right on Zaku, Zaku used it right on Dosu, actually killing him by accident. So when Zaku kills Dosu by accident, Sakura had that time of blood splatter on her, which he didn't appreciate. When Zaku realized what he had just done, she punched a kunai right into his gut, and then raised it upwards as fast as she could, killing Zaku right then and there as well. Now, Keen had looked up about a minute later, saying Sakura panting, realizing that she had just killed 2 people, one inadvertently, one on purpose. But Keen realized her team was dead, and she couldn't speak, but she got on crawl away as fast as she could, only for Lee to walk out from the shrub and punch Keen in the back full force, creating a crater, kind of paralyzing her. Lee would go over Sakura, wrapping bandages on his hands and using those to just dab the blood off of her, helping her get her bearings. Naruto would walk out and limping a bit until the limps would stop as he's fully healed, and then she would be comforting Sakura with Lee. When Sasuke does wake up though, he would see Naruto and attack him, saying, I should be better than you, like this. But before Sasuke can even react, he's punched in the solar plexus so fast that he got just slumped over in pain and then just stayed slumped over, being knocked out once again. So yeah. So Naruto ends up kind of picking up Sasuke and Sakura, telling Lee, thank you. He bows and then just runs to the tower as Team Dosu has the scroll that they needed. They get to the tower, and they're about 3 hours in, so there's already at least 2 teams there already, one being Team Gaara, so. But after the Force of Death passes, the preliminaries don't really happen, because, Kabuto can realize, they're already, Team Dosu was killed. It's already a bit of a problem. But also, not killed, but Keen is kind of just paralyzed now, and that kind of makes them useless. But also, there would be uneven numbers in the exams, so to just save time, he just simply tells his team, drop out. So, that's 2 teams already done for now, so, yeah. So with this, we jump straight into the 1 month of training. Once every team is passed after 5 days, we jump straight into the 1 month of training. There's no preliminaries. So Naruto finds Jiraiya a few days early, and they begin the training. But Naruto actually knew who Jiraiya was. So, yeah. He didn't know him as a definitely knew him as a son. Kind of Tenten likes Tsunade, Naruto likes Jiraiya. But Jiraiya in training, and when it comes to summoning jutsu, Naruto learned that first try. And when first try it was Gamabunta. But then for the 1 month, we need something else for them to do. So 1, Naruto met more toads, so settling on Gama Ken instead. So I like Gama Ken more than most of the actual of the toads. So Naruto has Gama Ken, but also after that he would settle on more and more jutsu. First up is Big Rasengan, which he also learns first try. Took Minato 3 years. Took Naruto a week. Took Boruto 3 days. Took Naruto 5 minutes. So, yeah. So it takes this Naruto 5 minutes to learn it. Then spends a week learning how to infuse every nature release into it. As he didn't know how to incorporate Earth release into it, so he asked Jiraiya for a few tips. Then actually asked Jiraiya, what are some notable Earth jutsu? So Jiraiya thought of a few and actually brought up there's the Kikitoda dust release. And Naruto actually incorporated dust release into a Rasengan, calling it the Atomizing Rasengan. For the water Rasengan, it sells it on Ice Rasengan that freezes its enemies on impact. Then for the wind release Rasengan, it's actually more of a greenish Rasengan that actually causes Once it hits you, it destroys basically an entire acre of woods behind you. So, yeah. And then we go on to, like, what was it? So, for a lightning Rasengan, finishing Rasengan, I still wanted to be Boruto's thing. So, Naruto's lightning release Rasengan is basically the yellow Rasengan you see here in the picture. But when it hits you, it basically just explodes. Not even like going like the swirling thing. It just basically it's Chidori in a ball. That's all it is. It's Chidori in a ball. Like 1,000 Chidoris in a ball, more like. But still, it's a Chidori in a ball. So, yeah. But with this, 1 month ends, and when they return, Naruto grown about an inch and a half. Plus, he actually had grown a bit in the physique area. When he arrived, well, everyone had noticed a few changes in Naruto. One, that he basically came there dirty. Like, he had on a t-shirt, the basic orange sweatpants, and then the shinobi shoes. But his shirt was torn up and dirty. And his headband also had a few bit of scratches on it, and his face was covered in dirt. And when it came to his fight, he basically told Neji, let's get this over with so I can go back to training. And Neji knew Naruto was going to be a formidable opponent, so the fight did begin. But to make room for actual numbers, they'd actually give like a few students different tests, and if they passed it, they'd be in the exams. Once you pass are the actual like final exam contestants. Just yeah. So when it comes to Neji versus Naruto, the fight begins. Neji and him going for hand-to-hand combat, both being not equal, Neji having the edge, but not just strength, speed, and durability. Neji can't really bypass. Because Naruto's speed, more than except for his lack of skill, as he can use his speed to react to all of Neji's hits. So yeah. Eventually we fast forward probably to about 10-ish minutes in, and Neji's trying to use the 6-4 pom-pom rotation to get like Naruto to submit. But when he used it, Naruto actually found a way to get through it. As when Neji would hit him and block a chakra point, Naruto would then use at least one tail Kurama to blast his chakra, blowing away one of Neji's hands. Because the chakra would just flare up was so intense. When Neji's hand was kind of flung to the side, Naruto grabbed him from like kind of just his bicep from underneath, and then slammed Neji forward onto the ground as hard as he could, creating a crater. Neji was heavily winded until Naruto would use Earth Release to hold him in place, and then began lowering him into the ground until Neji was just restrained. With this, when Neji is properly restrained, Naruto is given the win. So with this, he pulls Neji out of the ground, and Neji is still on his bullshit because he didn't really expect to. He knew the fight was going to be a toss-up in his opinion. He just didn't know who'd win, but in the end, he wasn't surprised, yet he was. Neji had very conflicting feelings on this, but he kind of leaned toward Naruto likely being the victor. So yeah. The Hidden Sand still attacks. Now when it comes to the team running through the forest to go find Gaara, Sasuke still having the curse mark and all that, Shikamaru pointed out that they're sick shinobi. Naruto didn't have an idea. He put out 6 kunai, throwing them into the trees, and then telling Shikamaru, loop your shadows through the kunai, each of them has chakra in it, but make your shadow stronger. Shikamaru nodded as Naruto ran forward faster with Sakura, and when the 6 Shinobi did arrive, Shikamaru did as Naruto told him to do, and he was right. All the kunai had made Shikamaru's shadow stronger because they all had chakra in it. So all of them were held in place for some time. First, Shikamaru pulled out a kunai and jab it into their throats. But he opted to short his own, while their kunai were bigger, so they went into their throats immediately. So he kind of made them all oof. So yeah. Asuma arrived, seeing what Shikamaru had done, and kind of said, good job, Shikamaru. That's actually like, they're Jonin, so you actually could get promoted 2 ranks. Which Shikamaru kind of said, fuck, I'd get harder missions, and he just kind of just facepalmed into that reaction. So yeah. But Shikamaru was really tired, so he's like, they're up there, we should go with them. They did just that, and when they arrived, they ended up seeing Naruto and Gaara fighting like full force. Sakura wasn't captured, Sasuke, she's just taking care of Sasuke. Which also had placed a Genjutsu on Gaara once Naruto had an opening for her. And once Gaara was in the Genjutsu, Naruto would be able to use a forward-tailed form to punch Gaara into the air, and also took that opportunity to throw one of his brass knuckle/knives through Gaara's sand shield, impaling him in the shoulder. Shikamaru then used a shadow to hold Gaara in place. Then Naruto would finish it off with basically a lightning Rasengan, creating a massive explosion that could be seen from miles away. It didn't kill Gaara, but he's definitely out of commission. So yeah. So with Gaara defeated, Naruto would pick up Sasuke, and then Sakura would just tell him what thing Shikamaru and Asuma. But this fight ended so quickly to the point where they actually have time to go to see Hiruzen. But then Naruto had an idea. He made 3 clones, as he created one lightning Rasengan, while one of them channeled lightning into others, while one channeled lightning into Rasengan as well, other channeled wind into it, creating a massive lightning shuriken. Naruto then had Sakura evacuate everyone she could, basically away from the stadium, as fast as she could, with clones of Asuma, Naruto, and Sasuke helping. Once everyone was evacuated, Naruto would then throw the shuriken, and immediately when Hiruzen turned around seeing it, he just said, "This will be troubling." He would grab Orochimaru from behind, and plus the adamantine staff of Enma, and he used them both as a shield for the blast that was incoming. Naruto would basically atomize the entire stadium. Hiruzen only still standing because of his 2 human shields. So yeah, also the barrier kind of taking a lot of damage though. Orochimaru was barely alive, but just had enough power to regurgitate himself, and he decided to, he couldn't kill Hiruzen just in time, so he retreated. Enma was able to disappear out of staff form, having a few obvious burns, being surprised that Naruto's Rasengan could damage adamantium. Or adamantine. Adamantium, that's a whole different metal. Whole different comic. Whole different universe. Enma was surprised that Naruto could damage adamantine, but Naruto ran over, asking if Hiruzen was okay. Hiruzen did a thumbs up, and Enma just called Naruto an overpowered brat. So yeah. Naruto asked if you should go after Orochimaru, and he just said, "Let him be. I need to recover." And he would just faint right then and there, they're just being exhausted. So yeah. But Naruto's Master Jutsu basically atomized the entirety of that area of Konoha, which there's really no buildings in the vicinity proximity aside from the stadium and a few acres of land. So yeah. Good thing for everyone in the village that Naruto can use wood release on a high scale, including every nature. So he basically just redid the area with a few clones. So yeah. But Hiruzen decided to retire. He did feel bad about not telling Naruto to go kill Orochimaru. So because he fears that his judgment is clouded because of its student, he retires. He tries to get Yumi Hokage because he doesn't think he can be a good Hokage when one of the biggest threats to the village is someone who causes judgment. So he tells Naruto and Jiraiya to go find Tsunade. So that's what they go do. But in 1 month, Naruto went from basically being a little bit above Kakashi, but then probably being much higher. He can go with full Nine Tails power if he wanted to. Naruto went from barely being above Kakashi in base to basically being on par with Jiraiya. So yeah, talking about base without no Kurama assistance. But now with even the minimal of Kurama's assistance, he's above all signing combined. So yeah. So now this one comes to Itachi and Kisame. Actually, no, Kakashi. When he has to fight, when Itachi and Kisame fight Kakashi guy all in the village. When it comes to that fight, Kakashi will actually show off his ability to use the MS. If he's putting in Genjutsu, well, he actually can counter a lot of it by using the MS, countering the time he's in the Genjutsu. But he also did use the MS actually just take away one of Kisame's arms, which Kisame was surprised by. So he drops Mehara now using his non-dominant arm, which actually allows time for Guy to use the 4th gate and crush some of Kisame's ribs. But Kisame and Itachi retreated, and now Itachi and Kisame know the threat of Kakashi. But he's still a bit wavered mentally because of the Genjutsu that he barely shrugged off because Itachi wasn't going all out just yet. So yeah. But when Kisame and Itachi do find Naruto, Kisame is still down one arm, but he's still as strong as ever. It's not stronger because he's using more and more chakra. Well, Itachi is more on guard because someone so strong is Naruto's student, or he's Naruto's mentor, and reportedly Naruto is stronger than him. So when Itachi sees him at his door, he punch at Kisame first. Kisame's able to block the strike, which he didn't think was going to do anything, until she saw Samehara have a gigantic fist imprint in it, and he was sent flying back. Itachi would immediately try to use Genjutsu or Amaterasu, only for Naruto to actually shrug off Tsukuyomi, which Itachi didn't know how to handle. Pause. So Itachi didn't know how to handle Naruto shrugging off Tsukuyomi so quickly, because he was stunned by it, and she took a bit of chakra to do so as well. But it was just enough time for Naruto to jump up and kick Itachi in the chest and him flying back to Kisame. Kisame decides saying, "What the hell is with all these people from Konoha being super strong?" He's referring to punch-wise, because 2 ribs are actually killing, and now Samehara has a dent in it from Naruto punching it. But Naruto ends up taking like the Sakamoto pose, like Taro Sakamoto from Sakamoto Days, that pose where he kind of just like warm up and like cocks his arm. There's that pose until he tells them both they should leave before he kills them. Kisame charges Naruto at top speeds. Only Naruto just throws him at him made of ice, and when Kisame tries to block it, well, it sucks Samehada and froze it solid. So much to the point where it weighed Samehada down for Kisame, and he's like, wait, it's too heavy. And he has something being too heavy for Kisame, he stunned him. In the midst of him being stunned, he should just drop kick to clean in the chest and knocked out from that. Itachi then tried to use Amaterasu, only for Naruto to actually just dodge Amaterasu, and throw Samehada in the way. Kisame then yelled at Itachi, cancel it, as he doesn't want his weapon to burn. But just he yanked Samehada out of the ice, and it wasn't burned at all. Just the ice kind of spread to the entire room. Which Naruto would just use to grab his bags and then run out of the room as Itachi and Kisame tried to retreat, because Naruto's obviously too skilled and too strong. Which Samehada, like Kisame almost punched Itachi in the face, or almost burning Samehada up. So, yeah. But Naruto runs like Jiraiya into this, run, we need to go, fast. And Itachi does Jiraiya does just that, with Naruto running as fast as they can. Out of the village, of course. Then it comes to Tsunade, that goes the exact same until it comes to, like, the fight between her and Naruto, which, like I said before, he's stronger than all Sanin combined, just in base. So he slams them all, or he would slam them all combined. I'm talking about, like, full power, each of them. If not, maybe not Tsunade full power, because she can continue to regenerate, but still, even then, it'd be a good fight. So, yeah. But, yeah, they come back to Konoha after a few days. The exact same. Sasuke just never left the village. But Naruto does report to Sasuke that he did beat Itachi in a fight. Or at least made him retreat. Which made Sasuke laugh, saying, I kind of did the same thing. Well, I lost, but I still made him retreat. Which made Sasuke annoyed that his sensei and his teammate had both made his brother retreat. Sasuke took that as a sign of him being too weak, and then would join Orochimaru in training. So, yeah. But, this does lead to a few, to the time skip happening. So when it comes to the 2-year time skip, Naruto told Jiraiya about his time with the truth after Kurama had mentioned it, asking if, should tell someone about it. Naruto was like, oh yeah, I completely forgot about that thing. Who you tell Jiraiya? With the info, Jiraiya had heard the legend of the god of their world. First it was Shibai, but then a few other things. But then eventually, once the few other things were revealed, one of them being the truth, he was actually able to, go back to Konoha after realizing what Naruto had likely learned from the truth after having Minato and Kushina ripped from him. And he told Naruto that, because they ripped from you, you got a price, or not a price, but got a bit of compensation that could have likely been Cosmic Knowledge Chakra. As he does say that would explain a few things. So with that, the Cosmic Knowledge Chakra that Naruto likely had, he actually would want to try to use, one for Sage Mode, but 2 for Sharingan usage. So he would bring Naruto back to Konoha a bit early to actually see what he could do with Kakashi's Sharingan. So they end up being temporarily swapped, and Naruto would actually be able to awaken a Sharingan in both eyes. But particularly, Kakashi does get it with his Sharingan back, and Naruto's body kind of just naturally regrows an eye, and then the Sharingan gets replaced with another Sharingan. But he didn't think it would be a high-level Sharingan until he does realize that Naruto had both awakened both EMS in both eyes that quickly. I said both a lot for no reason, I'm sorry. I'm bad at talking. But yeah, so temporary eye swap, Naruto had gotten 2 MSs from it, and Kakashi was surprised by that, but also his eye now has some of Naruto's chakra, to the point where he can now deactivate Sharingan because he has so much chakra in it. So he does actually thank Naruto for that. His eye can now be deactivated at times. So yeah, plus he did boost his natural reserves because of that, so yeah. Pause. Alright, so with Naruto's MS ability, I plan on kind of being like an inverted Izanagi, where instead of just writing fate to fix your own fate, what it does is if Naruto would be injured or inflicted with bad luck in a battle, he can just use his MS, and then it's reversed. Kind of like the antithesis from Bleach. Naruto would have that basically, just on a much smaller scale, not just all around. Bleach has a much wider range of what could happen, but only a small amount of it is shown. Naruto would have the small amount shown only, instead of the possibility. So, yeah. But yeah, after that, him and Jiraiya leave Konoha, then going back to training, coming back like a year and a half later. So, yeah. Now, while they're there, they end up kind of just training. Not training, but him and Sakura get the Kazekage retrieval mission, which when it comes to that, when it comes to getting there, Naruto would immediately just turn it into Kurama, as he can do that pretty easily, and Sakura and Kakashi get there within like a few days. Not probably a few days, probably a few hours, because Kurama's like 1,000 fucking feet tall, and running at like 100 miles an hour at that speed is insane. At that size is insane, because they'd get there faster. So, yeah. So they're able to get to Gara probably in like a third of the time that happened in canon. So, yeah. So they get to Gara, save him a lot earlier, the point where he's not even in the cave yet. There, they literally just find him being driven across the desert via Deidara. Which leads to Kakashi versus Deidara, Sakura healing Gara, and then the Naruto versus Sasori. When Sasori did use it like the 1,000 puppet jutsu, Naruto was really too phased by it, as he had a whole different idea of what he could do to win. So what he just did first is immediately jump up, throw chakra through one of the puppets, but that chakra was very electric. To the point where it started combusting all of the puppets into flames. So when we got back to Sasori, he's basically lit on fire, and then the same for his core. By the end of it, he was barely even alive. He was just like, his core was really damaged. Enough time for Kankuro to arrive and find him. And Kankuro wasn't poisoned yet, so he's good. So they're all imprisoned in Konoha. Not Konoha, I mean in Sunagakure. Once they're all imprisoned, except for like Team 7, of course. Well, Deidara's not dead, but he barely escaped because it was just hard to survive a fight with Kakashi. And then Deidara is basically, not Deidara, Sasori's basically on life support. So, yeah. So Sasori on life support, all that. He does pass on his puppets to Kankuro, and then it's info to the village, or at least to Gara. So now we go on to the bridge mission, but where they would fight Orochimaru. And it's still Naruto and Sai, but Kakashi is able to join alongside Yamato, because Naruto's like, hey, bring Yamato, because he's cool, and we're all a Jonin here. Because Naruto is a Jonin, he's more than capable of proving that he's a Jonin. He beat Neji, and then he saved Hiruzen. So yeah. Well, for ranks, I've heard about that. Yeah, most of the Konoha 12, except for like, well, actually, the only members of Konoha 12 that are actually Jonin right now are Naruto, Sakura, Neji, and Shikamaru. Those are the four who are, yeah. Naruto, Shikamaru, Sakura, and Neji. Those are the 4 Jonin. Naruto's Jonin just because he has overwhelming skill that no one can like compare to, except for like maybe Shibai Otsutsuki. And Truth, of course. Shikamaru defeated 6 Jonin while he wasn't even a Chunin officially yet, so he has the feats to become a Jonin. Sakura can use S and A rank Genjutsu, plus she's a student of Tsunade, Jonin worthy, and then Neji's brain is Jonin worthy. So, yeah. Well, this all happened before that one filler arc where they all did the exams. That happened for Sakura, Naruto, and Shikamaru before that. So they were Jonin even before the second Chunin exam. So those, of course, filler still. But yeah. But yeah. But yeah, now we go on to what was it? The bridge. Naruto, Sai, Sakura, Yamato, Kakashi. They're all on this mission. And when it comes to disguising a Sasori, well, all he really did is ask Kankuro to lend him the Hero puppet, and he did just that. So, when it comes to that, all Yamato had to do is impersonate the voice. He did just that. He did pretty well, of course. But still, Kabuto is in backstab Sasori, only for Naruto to reveal, when Kabuto tried to kill Yamato, Naruto just jumped in and then blasted Kabuto back over the bridge. I just want to jump by saving him, but he does realize that Naruto is definitely much stronger. In fact, too strong. As before the time skip, Naruto jumped from the span of Kakashi level, and then after a month, he went to be stronger than all Chunin combined in their base forms, while in his own base form. Then now, Naruto can comfortably turn into Kurama, and in his base form, he can slam full power Kurama, like with no difficulty. So at this point, he's above all tailed beasts, comfortably. And combined, he's stronger than them comfortably. But his own full power, I'd like compare him to not like Six Paths Naruto, but definitely like a little bit above KCM Naruto, like KCM 1 and 2. Plus, he does have those forms, so yeah. But in his base, he's above KCM 1 and 2 a little bit, and then at full power, he's not as strong as like Six Paths mode, but he's still up there. But yeah, so now we keep moving. So Naruto fights Orochimaru while everyone else fights Kabuto, which he pretty comfortably loses to just Sakura alone. So when it comes to Naruto fighting Orochimaru, he beats him comfortably, and then they're able to follow him back once he retreats to his base where they find Sasuke. When they find Sasuke, the best way to put it is that, like, I'm trying to put this in a normal term. When he does explode the base and tries to like appear behind Naruto to threaten to kill him, Naruto is not phased whatsoever and just demolishes Sasuke immediately then and there once he threatens his life. Because once Sasuke threatens him, he begins just to demolish him because it's not that hard for him to do. And he did tell Sasuke, you should go back to Konoha, we're all strong now. Ooh, plus, he just tells Sasuke, I can give you more strength than Orochimaru ever could. Which made Sasuke a bit annoyed that he needed Naruto to get stronger, but he knew it could happen. So Sasuke was struck in the middle of, like, do I want to train under someone who's the reason I'm entirely here because they made me feel inferior, or should I take him up on his offer? Instead of Sasuke being confused, he decided to take Naruto up on the offer, and he does. So he returns to Konoha. He's in prison for like a few months though, so not for a few months, but probably just he'd probably give secrets about like Orochimaru's bases before Orochimaru does give them up, which does lead to them finding Suigetsu, Jugo, Karin, all that. Plus, there's no by the way, there was no Sasuke retrieval mission because they did not need that at all. Sasuke left his own accord, and Naruto told him to leave it alone. So at this point, Kimaru likely isn't alive. In fact, Orochimaru probably has his body, but they have info on the bone Genkai, all that. They take all of his information, but give it to Naruto and Tsunade. Naruto would go through all of like the Genkai that he sees and begins to kind of copying it of like the details that he gets. So yeah. So between the time of like the entire Taka arc, where like Sasuke assembling his team, Naruto learns all their abilities. Like when it comes to Jugo transformation, it's raw nature energy. Naruto can use that, so he's able to learn from Jugo's abilities and teach him how to control it. Suigetsu's hydrification, he can learn that and use it. Mindset of the Kagura, he can learn that and use it. Uzumaki chains, no. That's like something that was like, if he had his mom's soul, yes, but he was literally ripped from his body and forced into hell. No chance. So, yeah. But, we keep moving. I would say the next important part of this would probably be, like, Jiraiya going to, Jiraiya heading to the Hidden Rain, and then Sasuke fighting Itachi. So before that, Sasuke had definitely been training under Naruto, as best of his abilities. In fact, Naruto even teaching him to use the MS, and actually awakened it in Sasuke by flowing chakra into Sasuke, using his body's attunement to the Sharingan, or tone. His body's natural Sharingan ability, flowing into Sasuke and forcing his body to awaken in MS. Kind of tricking his body into having it. So, yeah. So once Sasuke had the MS, he would, train with it a little bit, then go fight Itachi. And Sasuke's original MS ability is still like flame control, but he can't use Amaterasu of his own ability. When he goes to go to fight Itachi, and Itachi would use Amaterasu, he controls the flames of it. And then at the end of the fight, Itachi decides to tell Sasuke the truth because he decides that Sasuke is above him now in almost every way, except for like skill. But even then, Sasuke beat him without that skill. So with this, he tells Sasuke the truth in his last words, and yeah. So Sasuke hears the truth. And in Itachi's dying words, he gives gives Sasuke the Amaterasu ability. So yeah, so Sasuke now has Amaterasu. But the thing is, because he's still in Konoha, he's in part of Konoha right now, Konoha Ninja went with him to that mission. So before he passed out, he was saved by Konoha Ninja. So yeah. So they take Itachi's body back to Konoha, have him put on ice, and then eventually Sasuke would have the idea to like have Itachi's eyes to see if they do anything for him, which, according to rumors, they should. So once Sasuke now has Itachi's eyes, well, Naruto actually wants to see if Sasuke's eyes will give him anything, as he's been through an eye swap before, and he can do it himself. So him and Sasuke both get their own eye swaps, and then Naruto and Sasuke both awaken the EMS. But then Naruto actually awakens a Rinnegan in one eye, because he has Sasuke's chakra in its body now. But Sasuke doesn't have Naruto's chakra. So once they realized that the Naruto had some reaction to Sasuke's chakra, in fact it made him stronger, Naruto actually flowed chakra into one of Sasuke's eyes, giving him a bit more of his own chakra. And that was enough chakra to force Sasuke into awakening his own Rinnegan, but in both eyes, because he already had a lot of Naruto's chakra, but not enough. Then the Naruto gave him too much. So yeah. So too much chakra allows Sasuke to awaken two Rinnegan, and then they're both dragged to meet Hagoromo. And when they do, Naruto told like Hagoromo's view on Sasuke in the world. Sasuke gave his view on Naruto in the world. But it was still enough for Sasuke to not want to like kill all the Kage. He actually said, he wants to make sure the world never has to go through another Uchiha massacre. And Hagoromo kind of admired that, so yeah. But eventually, Naruto was touched by God, which made him so strong. And now Sasuke has a touch of God's power that Naruto had. So now Sasuke understands how Naruto has this much power. But yeah, back in the normal world, Naruto has one Rinnegan, Sasuke has two, and they're both like insanely strong, like adult Sasuke power, but times two. Plus, there's really also no reason to use their like six paths power, so they actually learn to awaken their own six power on top of the one they were granted. Because Naruto's already a sage, it didn't take him too long to awaken his own. Sorry about that. My baby brother wanted it in my room. What was I? Oh yeah. So Naruto being a sage, but also having cosmic knowledge of chakra, was able to awaken his own six paths chakra, and on top of the one Hagoromo had already gifted him. And then he was teach Sasuke how to use it during that time. But we have Jiraiya's death, and then in the time that Naruto would chronically be trying to learn Toad Sage Mode, is actually him teaching everyone else how to learn how to use Sage Mode, as he viewed it as a skill that they could use to beat the Akatsuki. So he actually would be able to actually tap into Hashirama Sage Mode as well, because he's a user of would release, but also he is the reincarnation of one of kind of a reincarnation of Hashirama, kind of. It's weird. But Sasuke had learned Snake Sage Mode and six paths chakra control. But then he's also able to teach everyone else to use their own form of like being able to control nature energy. And Sakura was also able to tap into Slug Sage Mode, which, if you want to believe the theory, is also Hashirama Sage Mode. But for Sakura, all it really did is teach her to use like a higher scale of regeneration, and all it kind of really did is for her is boost her regeneration and her chakra or her jutsu effectiveness. So yeah. But when Pain does attack, and he fights all the dozens of Konoha Shinobi, well, Naruto and Sasuke are out of the village right now, but Sakura being there alone is actually enough to beat most of the paths. Like when the Yayako path is doing Almighty Push, instead of doing that, he's fighting Sakura, trying to get her to quit killing Paths of Pain. In fact, she's mostly equal to this Path of Pain, but she'd used so much chakra at this point that she had lost. But good thing that Tsunade jumped in, and now being beating down on this weakened path. Well, just enough time for Naruto and Sasuke to return, and these two would both conjure up a black rod to throw through both of Yayiko's shoulders, pinning them to the ground. Once they land on top of the rods, they're able to find out where Yayiko really is. And Naruto would immediately kind of just teleport to Sasuke, to Yayiko, and Sasuke quickly followed suit. Naruto does the whole thing where, like, I want to kill you so bad I can't stop shaking, but I would never want to kill someone and banish them to the hell that I know people are suffering in. There's now the reason that Naruto does not want to kill people, well, is because he's worried if he sends them to hell, he'll already feel worse for banishing his parents to hell. Naruto views his powers as not as a curse, but he views them as Something that shouldn't be used to banish someone to an eternal fate worse than death. So he kind of just fears that sending someone to hell will it'll give him more bad karma than he already has. So, yeah. But with this, when Yaiko's on the verge of death, Naruto actually used 6 chakra to restore Yaiko's body to its full capability, but also mentioned that, these Rinnegan are not your own, but I can make them your own. When Yaiko heard this, he realized that, this will ruin Obito's plans. That's good. So with this, Hishi is able to kind of just force the Rinnegan in Nagato's eyes to what should be adjusted to now being originally Nagato's. Including giving them their own ability of being able to... How to phrase this? He can kind of just create objects of adamantine now. Instead of just chains, he can create anything he wants to of adamantine. So, yeah. Plus his body is now in its peak shape, which makes Nagato a lot stronger than ever. So, yeah. Still not as strong as Sakura, actually. In fact, more equal to her now. Her Sage mode kind of boosted her already high ability of the Silva 100 seals, not whatever it's called. So yeah. Yeah, more time passes now. Yay. When it comes to Obito wanting to get the eye off Nagato, he realized that the eyes had been changed and that they're no longer Madara's, which kind of ruins the plans. When he really did realize that, he realized that the plan is kind of just gone now. But also, when he fought Nagato, he is way stronger now. In fact, they're about equals, which yes, this version of Sakura is equal to Obito. They fight, and now it's actually Konoha with prep time, plus Nagato with knowledge of the prep time versus Obito. And with that, Obito loses this fight. He almost dies. He does not kill Konoha, he actually just flat out retreats because he almost dies. So yeah. With this, Nagato told Naruto the plans that Obito, or that Madara had for him. And this results in them going to trying to finish off the Akatsuki, as he had told them all the bases, and where they could be. So when it comes to Madara recruiting all the Akatsuki, I would say the scene where Kiseme's I never expected this out of you, Toby. We have that entire scene going on, but during the five Kage Summit, where Tsunade mentioned yeah, currently the Akatsuki's a big threat, but I currently have my 2 strongest shinobi raiding their base right now, as they're able to kill the Akatsuki. I know it. So the fact actually shocked them that Tsunade is currently about to kill the Akatsuki, or at least sure that she can. So yeah. So we start off with basically Naruto and Sasuke riding the Akatsuki base, and they're both sitting on the ceiling, kind of like how Sasuke was at the five Kage Summit. Currently, only members of the Akatsuki that are alive right now are Deidara, Kisame, Obito, and Zetsu, I guess. That's really about it. Kakuzu and Hidan still face Team Asuma, still went the same way. Except Shikamaru is a bit stronger, actually. So, yeah. Basically, every Akatsuki member that died canonically did die the same way. It's just that Deidara never fought Sasuke. So, yeah. But, yeah. So, when Naruto and Sasuke confront the Akatsuki, Obito would first charge Naruto, knowing he's the one who ruined his plans. But Naruto immediately wanted to let Obito hit him, impale him through the chest. But Naruto immediately uses EMS to actually reflect the damage, and Obito would have actually gotten the damage being impaled through the chest himself. The thing is, he does not have good of a healing factor as Naruto. In fact, he's not even as durable as Naruto. So it was more like he blew a small hole in his chest. Made Obito throw out blood, hitting the ground. It was not enough time to use Izanagi, or even not enough time to use Izanagi, not enough time to even use his MS. Not until over him, slamming his head into the ground full force, knocking him out right then and there. So Obito's defeated already. Kisame will charge Naruto as fast as he can, trying to use Summon Hada to take away some of his chakra. But all that happened is Sasuke would jump at Kisame, telling him, because my brother respected you, you won't die, but you'll wish you were. And he would put Kisame under Tsukuyomi. So, yeah. Well, instead of Kisame being tortured, instead it's more like hundreds of Itachis lecturing him the entire time. So he kind of put Kisame in Izanami, yet not. Kisame doesn't need Izanami to change, he just needs a really strong genjutsu, and this happens to be a strong genjutsu. So yeah. But Deidara is not confronted to try to use C4, but Naruto immediately could have just made a true seeking orb surround him and Sasuke, and the true seeking orb could withstand that. So when the dust clears, Naruto and Sasuke aren't even phased they kind of just protected him, Obito, and Kisame and Sasuke from the blast. So yeah. But by the time they're done, Kisame changes his ways, and he takes jail time in the Hidden Leaf. And Obito is now also in prison, but he has no eyes. Zetsu had escaped the blast, but now he wants to try to turn Obito into like he wants to take a Rinnegan from Madara or from Nagato, put them in Obito, turn the Kim to summon Madara, all that. Thing is, when he tries to get Nagato, he's quite literally just sealed, and then Naruto is able to use his massive Rasen Shuriken to atomize the seal, and then that kills Black Zetsu. So yeah. So Naruto's actually able to kill Zangetsu with Nagato's help. Or Black Zetsu with Nagato's help. But now knowing it moving forward, because there's a time skip. So with the world being at peace, years earlier, Naruto finds a way to meet Truth once again. In fact, he kind of forces someone to help him meet Truth. So he was able to teach a random shinobi the Reaper Death Seal, put them under Genjutsu, and have them use it to have the Reaper touch Naruto. When it does touch Naruto is confronted by Truth once again. Truth is wondering what Naruto wants, until Naruto ends up telling him that, you can have the mastery of knowledge back at chakra, just give him, let my parents ascend. And immediately, Truth is like, are you sure you want this? And Naruto goes, yes, there's nothing he can't relearn. And immediately, Truth does take back all the knowledge he gave Naruto, which does show Naruto's body short circuit, only for him to control the short circuiting. But his chakra is no longer as, colorful as it was before. So all he really lost was style points and a few kick again guy. Mainly Sharingan, yeah, he lost his Sharingan, definitely. He still does have one Rinnegan, but it's not as powerful. So, yeah. There's a bit of a debuff, but he's still stronger than most versions of himself, except for Baryon Mode Naruto, which he catch up with because he's still 16. So, yeah. So he meets Truth, all that, and then he's able to let me know Hushina send to heaven. Or this to the Pure Lands. Then we have, I would say the age that Naruto was when he got married to Hinata. He looks more like Minato now, just whiskers. He doesn't cut his hair. And at this point, Naruto had actually relearned everything he had before, and is much stronger than any version of himself. Way stronger. So because of him being so much stronger, well, actually at this point when it comes to the Boruto series, well, he became Hokage much earlier because he's much smarter and much stronger, to the point where Naruto was actually the sixth Hokage. So he's been Hokage for a few years, actually. Ceremony, there's no ceremony. He's been Hokage for at least 3 years at that point. Very, shouldn't have 3 years, probably almost. He'd be the youngest Hokage ever at that point, so he'd been Hokage for almost 10 years, I think. This guy was six Hokage when Naruto was 20. But Naruto wasn't replacing him, and at this point Naruto's early 30s, early 20s, so almost 10 years at that point. So, yeah. So Naruto's flat out the youngest Hokage. Gaara is the youngest Kage in general, but Naruto's the youngest Hokage. And, yeah. He goes to Boruto. Well, Naruto having so much knowledge of chakra and realizing that Boruto is special, he does train Boruto, actually, because he doesn't know how special he is. To become a Wari. So Naruto is a much more involved father. But also so was Sasuke, because, Village kind of forced peace upon the world, plus we have characters like Naruto who roam free. He's his ally of the Hidden Leaf, plus he has the Hidden Rain in an array of pure, not bliss, but evolution. Kisame, he did his time, now he's basically the Sasuke of the world, except he's not as strong, but he's still as lethal. So yeah. So Sasuke stays in the Hidden Leaf as a father to Sarada. When it comes to the Shin Uchiha arc, Kisame reported back on that entire thing, and Sasuke decided to be the one who'd go to handle Shin Uchiha. Sasuke is a village Anbu captain. Him and Sai run the Anbu. So when it comes to Shin Uchiha, Sasuke is one who handles it, and pretty easily at that, because he did not lose any power whatsoever. In fact, he just got stronger. Naruto had an entire reset. Sasuke just kept getting stronger during that reset. So Sasuke is stronger than any version of himself, plus he has 2 Rinnegan, which are both extremely powerful. He killed Shin, no diff. It was already going to be easy, but he just did it even easier than canon. And then it goes on to Momoshiki. Whereas the Chunin exams, Boruto's already actually dominating fair and square. Sakura is like almost only a competition. Because she has the jutsu of her mom and her dad. And her mom is already like powerful. Like Sakura at this point, without even using 100 healings, is above Madoru Uchiha in many ways. Because she was already as strong as like full power Nagato years ago when she was 16. Sakura had a lot of powers. So yeah. So in the village, we currently would have Naruto, Gaara, Nagato, Darui, Chojuro, Kisame. We have so many different characters who are so strong because of Naruto's influence and encouragement. Sakura also being a student of Naruto, kind of. Full Power Sakura is basically like Naruto and Sasuke are both above Jubidara with no difficulty, like at a high scale. Plus Naruto can use Baryon mode with no loss now, so yeah. So Naruto and Sasuke are both above like Jubidara in base, and then at full power, they're basically transcended beings. Sakura at full power is like giving Momoshiki a good run for his money when he's at full power. Also Nagato, who is around equal to Jubidara. So, actually Sakura might be a little bit above him. Jubidara and Momoshiki are a bit hard for me to actually place sometimes. But still. So Momoshiki's in the village when it comes to that giant bomb he tries to launch on it. Naruto quite literally told Sasuke, like, I can kind of use a Susanoo, like at least a half body, not full body because he doesn't have the EMS, but Rinnegan has enough power remaining from his old Sharingan usage days. He was actually just combined Susanoos and threw away the giant bomb that Momoshiki had ready. So when the bomb was thrown away, Momoshiki realized that, like, oh, he's outclassed here. Why, everyone. Not everyone, but a lot of people. So when it comes to like Kinshiki, then just like Nagato jumping on him and using almighty push point blank to his skull and killing him right then and there, basically blowing off his head. When Momoshiki realized that, it came down to him fighting Nagato, Sakura, Naruto, and Sasuke, which he will lose handedly. Pause. Sorry about that. Yeah, Momoshiki realizes he's outclassed by everyone, and then proceeds to get jumped by Naruto, Sasuke, Sakura, and Nagato. So Nagato's basically just Momoshiki's basically just demolished, and it wasn't really anything above low diff. He didn't get a chance to go all out, because he didn't really get any power from Naruto. So yeah, this does mean that Boruto has no karma marking, but Naruto being a master of all forms of Sage Mode would help him make up for it by basically teaching him how to use 6-pass Sage Mode. So for Kawaki, when he arrives, but Kawaki would be a person who can use karma marking. But also the next important fight would probably be against Jigen. So yeah. So first when it comes to Jigen breaking into Naruto's house to get Kawaki. Actually no. Now the fight between him, Naruto, and Sasuke was before that actually. So when it comes to Naruto and Sasuke versus them at that point, or also Delta is also just kind of just no diff. When it comes to Naruto and Sasuke versus Ishiki the first time, or Jigen the first time, at full power, they're roughly about, like, full power Ishiki level, if not more. So Jigen is just dog-walked by both of them individually. As a duo, it's a very low-diff fight, which may or may not have forced Jigen to turn into Ishiki, but even then, it's not full power Ishiki, so he will lose that fight even then. So they kill Ishiki, which kind of just ruins the point of Kara. And then Kara is also destroyed. Because, like, Kawaki would, like, kind of, like, Amado would want to, like, get his daughter back and all that, but, like, Ada and Daemon, all them. Kawaki also wouldn't really want to kill Boruto. There's really no threat to the Naruto world except for, like, Ada, but also, like, with Naruto kind of remembering a lot of stuff about cosmic awareness of his chakra, he also knows what Ada's abilities are and can also teach her how to use them effectively. So Ada is also tutored under Naruto with Boruto. So she is also able to control all of her abilities by nature, not have them active passively. So, yeah. So Ada and Daemon are students of Naruto. Boruto begins training under Sasuke more now. In fact, going away for 2 years to get stronger. Well, then Sakura still trains Sarada. But then, when it comes to like Boruto 2 Blue Vortex, there's really no threats in the world, like at all. Boruto came back with Sasuke, and they're both a lot stronger. Even when it comes to like Code, Sasuke could have killed Code by himself without going full power. So yeah, Naruto made Ida and Daemon as powerful as they can be, and Amado kind of got whatever he wanted, if not more. So yeah, or if like his daughter came at the cost of like Ada's life or Kawaki's life, it could have been like just resorted into going like Orochimaru will help you there. So yeah. Like, anything, the only threat to the world may be Kawaki, but even then he has no one he wants to kill, because the only possible Satsuki would be Naruto and Sasuke, but even then, those Satsuki power kind of left them a while ago. So, yeah. So with this kind of ends the story. Hope you guys enjoyed. Like and subscribe for more. Adios.